I was in Dyersville and I was coming back in, heading to the office, which is over on JFK. So I was coming down the highway in front of Finnan, and it was a really nice sunny October day. And then I looked up and I saw the motorcycle coming behind me. In my head, I was like, he sees me, he's gonna stop, he sees me.
Took my eyes off the road for a few seconds, looked back, traffic was stopped.
Then I heard the thud and it was, oh my gosh, he didn't stop.
From the point of me reacting to where you could see my skid marks on the road to where I actually ended up was probably maybe 50 feet. I ended up sliding sideways, hit my left side on the bumper, and the bike looked like it rolled the front of the bike around and ended up back so the seat was facing forward, and it flipped me off the bike at the same time.
And I got out of the vehicle and came around the back, and I saw the motorcycle and I didn't hear anything. And I'm a nurse and I worked in the hospital, and when people came in and they weren't screaming and yelling, that was not a good sign. But then when I looked over, he was laying there and he was so calm.
I'm pretty sure I did one roll because I did see the sky go by. Next thing I know, I'm on my back looking up at the sky and thinking, okay, well, I'm still awake, I'm still here.
So I went over to him and he was laying there, and I started talking to him, and his leg was pretty badly damaged.
From that point of seeing my leg being crushed was like, okay, well, how am I going to explain this to the first person that comes up and sees me? I'm gonna have to explain to them, you need to put a tourniquet on my leg, you need to stop the blood flow so I don't bleed out. As soon as I got done thinking through that in my head, here comes Amy. She was the first one to me. I don't remember the exact words out of her mouth, but I remember one of the first sentences was, hey, you're okay? I'm a nurse. And it's like, whew, I don't have to worry about anything, she's a nurse.
He was a rock star, which was he was like trying to call his dad, and he was telling me what to do, like where to put the pressure. I'm like, okay, we'll do that, whatever you want. I started with just pressure on my hands, and I started kind of low on the leg because the leg was injured at the bottom, but then I went up higher in the femoral artery, like up here, and people were asking what did we need help with, and I said I needed something to tie a tourniquet. And somebody from the car dealership, I think it was, gave up his belt, so I just used the belt and didn't put the latch in the hoop, in the holes, just as tight as I could.
Pretty much the officer came and she took over for Amy, and then probably a few minutes later, then the EMT came and relieved the officer, and they put a tourniquet and everything on my leg and tried getting my leg up. They had to actually use my pants and everything to actually pick my leg up to put me on the gurney to get me into the ambulance. They had to airlift me to Iowa City to actually perform those surgeries on my leg. Before I had my leg amputated, they had the option of saving my leg. I'd have to go through skin grafts, surgeries. They most likely would have had to have actually fused the ankle joint so it would not be able to move, so it would be just like having a prosthesis anyways. So the doctors had a prosthesis guy come up and talk to me, and he said, you could get upwards of 90–95% of your mobility back. You'd be able to run, walk, rock climb, do almost anything you wanted to do again.
I feel bad because he ran into me, so that was my thing. I'm like, oh, I was driving this big vehicle, and if he wouldn't have run into me, it might not have been as bad. But a lot of people keep reminding me, but if he didn't run into you, somebody else might not have known what to do. So I'm hardwired to help people, so I'm glad that I could.
It happened, you can't change it. Life's gonna continue either way. Pretty much the best thing I can say is just thanks for being there, and thanks for saving my life.